Who's? Hi everybody, welcome to Kats Creations live on Friday night. I want to welcome you to my kitchen, and today it's appropriate because what we're going to be designing is a farm fresh chicken egg wreath. So farmhouse chickens, whatever, it's a chicken farmhouse wreath. This design was extraordinarily popular last year, so I had a couple signs left over. Got a whole bunch of new farmhouse print ribbon, so I really wanted to take the design in a different direction than last year. So I will cover all the materials. We're just using, whatchamacallit, 10.5 inch, the natural and burlap, poly jute burlap, natural and cream. So that's going to be the base, and then we're going to come in and add in some curls of a burgundy metallic and a all natural burlap to kind of bring the natural elements back in. We're going to add some chicken wire ribbon, which is interesting. Burlap, obviously black and tan harlequin, gingham ribbon, black and white ticking. So anything really related to the farmhouse is going to be all incorporated in this one design. So we're gonna, I'm gonna show you the basics for starting, and then we're just gonna move forward into passing the base creation and then getting right into decorating, adding our sign, doing the embellishment, stuff like that. So, do we have anybody joining us?
Yes. See, Gail, Audrey, Sandra, Ann, Kathy, Teresa, Sherry, Julie, Sheila, Jane, Barbara, Stana, and Kristen.
Oh, great.
Hi, everyone.
So remember, this is a public group, so you can feel free to share this video if you should need it for reference. It's so much easier to find on your page. Depends on if you're a huge Facebook poster. If you post a lot, it might be easier to find me probably on YouTube once this gets generated and uploaded to YouTube. So if you're new and joining us here tonight, I want to welcome you to my kitchen. This is where I do all of my crafting. Number one, I have a 12-foot kitchen island, so can't not use that workspace. It's so much easier. It's counter height. So we're going to start with a 14-inch Dollar Tree wreath frame. You can do it with anything else. You can do it with a work frame, wreath, wire form, whatever you want to call it, with the ties already attached. It just depends on the look that you're going for. A lot of the work frame wreaths have elevated levels, so that might not provide the look that you're going for. So I find if we keep it flat, which is my intention, then we get the desired look that we're trying to achieve. So in wiring the Dollar Tree wreath frame, it has 6 different sections here. And in each of the 6 sections, you have a total of 4 rails. You have 2 inners, I call them 2 inners, and then 2 outers. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your pipe cleaner and you're going to wire together the inner 2 wires. So you're gonna start with the inner 2 and go right in the middle of your weld marks. Now this setup will work well for the poof method, ruffles, and curls. So it just, again, depends on what you're trying to, what look you're trying to go for. And then you're
Sandra said, hi, I remember this one. Hey, Kat, Steve, I remember this one from last year. Yeah, so this is a variant of the one you're doing last year.
It is, because you guys know I don't replicate my designs, so we're changing it up a little bit. So now we're gonna go in, and in between the weld and our pipe cleaner, we're gonna wire together the 2 outer rails. And the reason why we do that, wire them together, is it creates less movement than you would get if you just wired a single pipe cleaner around a single rail. So wiring 2 together helps prevent things from moving around. So what you're going to basically have is you're going to have 6 on the inner and then a total of 12 wiring together the outer 2. So your sections will look like this all the way around the wreath form. And then what you're going to do is you're going to grab your layer, whatever you're going to do for your base. In this case, we're doing the natural burlap. This is 10.5 inch pieces, Deco mesh, cut to 15 inch pieces. we're just gonna ruffle it together. You can see that I've already kind of experimented with this once before. And you're just gonna drop this in. I put the finished edge facing the center, so I'm not doing them sideways, I'm doing them up and down. And then you're just going to wire that onto your wreath frame, give it a couple twists, and then that's what it should look like. And then you will keep going all the way around in every single one of the 18 pipe cleaners. So, do you have any questions on wiring up the frame or starting our base?
Nope. A lot of gals are still jumping on. Scarlett said, hi everyone, just tuning in, good to see you. Hi Dawn. Trixie asked, hey Cat Steve, where did you get the chicken eggs from?
The chicken eggs. These came from Michael's. So I got them at Michael's right at the beginning of the Easter season. They came in like, it looks like this. So you could pick what colors you wanted. This is more of a pastel Easter look. But Michael's carried these for $5 for all of them. I know Target sells a good batch, but I think they're a little pricey on the medium-sized ones. If you went to, say, this size, I think they have like a 50 egg box for like $10.
I think they had a couple bags that were actually different colors too, right?
Yeah.
Some had more beiges and some had pinks in it.
More natural.
Yeah.
All right, so no questions on this?
Tracy, nope. Tracy
Okay.
said, my first live with you. Hi from Kansas City.
Thanks
Hi,
for joining
Tracy.
us. Okay.
And then Tara said, my first live too from Tallahassee.
Wow, thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm jumping forward so that we don't have to sit here and watch me do this 18 different times, so we can actually get to the meat. So what I have done is the same method every single pipe cleaner, and I'm actually going to wire in my last two. So I'm just going to add these two to the mix.
Sandra said, can't wait to see this one.
Neither can I.
Julie said, I can never get them to cover the whole wreath when I put them up and down. What am I doing wrong?
How wide are you cutting your Deco mesh pieces? That's usually what I've noticed, is if you cut them to 15 inches and it's a good quality Deco mesh, it should fit perfectly. And I just go around the wreath going up or down, just whatever the next pipe cleaner is, if it's an inner or an outer, I just go ahead and lay those on top. So it should feel pretty good.
Darlene said, I love my mother's wreath. I got it Tuesday.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Yay.
Yeah, we were super happy that they were able to get it shipped out right away. So now you can enjoy it for so much longer.
Hi Marcy. Hi gals just joining. Hi Trisha.
Okay, so less my mock-up, because this is me playing with my mock-up. This is what it does, and this is about as thick as it covers, so it covers fairly well using 15 inch. So maybe if you go a 12 or a 13 inch, you're not going to get as much bunched up in each pipe cleaner, and that might cause it to not be so full or covering as well. That's the only thing I can think of. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this gorgeous burgundy metallic Deco mesh. These are cut, they're 10 inch Deco mesh rolls cut to 10 inch pieces. And then I also have this natural. Same thing, 10 inch Deco mesh cut to 10 inch pieces. And what we're going to do is go around, and in every single one of the 18 pipe cleaners, we're going to do 2 curls. There'll be a natural and then the burgundy. Yeah.
Curls,
so
right? Yeah.
let me take these 2 out and I'll show you what it should look like, because I was just playing around with colors before. So it will look like this when we add it. And we're not going to undo the pipe cleaners, we're just going to lay the curls right on top of the existing pipe cleaners and just keep going until we fill the whole thing, and it should be a very full, thick, fluffy base. At least that's what we're hoping for. So in order to do the curls, sometimes when your Deco mesh is fairly new and it's fairly flat, it's kind of hard to get it going. What I do is just kind of lightly bend the beginning piece over, and I'm starting at the ends, and then what you see is as the curl gets going, we move it closer to the center. And don't worry if it comes undone. There's not going to be anything you can do because you're not securing the ends, so it's going to kind of looks more like a cone.
Uncurl just a bit.
Yeah, it'll look more like a cone than anything. So same thing with the burgundy. We're gonna do this.
Hi Barbara, hi Stacy, hi Bev, hi Shirley. Tara said she actually just bought this sign to make a wreath for her daughter-in-law.
Oh, cool. Hopefully this will give you some inspiration. So I take them and I crisscross them, and then I will just go to wherever the next pipe cleaner is and lay this directly down on top and give it a twist. And then we're good for that. So you kind of have a natural and then the burgundy and then burgundy and natural. They're like almost opposites of each other. And then you're just gonna keep on going all the way around.
And yep, Tara, she did cut them with the wood burner.
This I cut with the wood burning tool because it's more of the poly deco mesh, so it's got that plastic feel. But this, the natural burlap Jeep mesh, has to be cut with a rotary cutter because it has the natural synthetic fibers in it. So it'll smoke more than it'll burn.
Hey Vi, she said, hi everyone, might have to catch the replay, just got home from work, need to make dinner.
Oh wow.
No problem.
Late night. So I'm just gonna grab a couple of these and set them off to the side. And I usually take my bow dabber. My bow dabber is like a really good extra pair of hands. So I will usually load my bow dabber full of my curls, and I can usually get 3 sets. And then I just go and add 3 and then restock it, add those 3, keep restocking it. It just kind of helps me to stay on track and keep going. Because otherwise it's hard to hold one while you're trying to roll the next one to put in your tie. You could use chip clips, you could use clothespins. I'm trying to think of somebody else came up with something else. The Easy Bow Maker, I think people said they've used it in there before. And one of my naturals. So I'm trying to pop these colors into the wreath from the sign. Can't overlook the red. It's a little too obvious. We can't skip it. And we're just laying these right on top. Give them a couple twists. Then we go down to the next set. It's just much easier this way. There we go. And then we have our next set here.
Yeah, Trisha says she uses the Easy Bow Maker to hold them.
Yeah, it's great use to get, you know, if you can use your tools to get dual purpose out of them. I mean, this has helped me out a ton just in not doing bows, but in holding all my materials.
Katha's just loving these colors. Good idea using the bow maker. She uses clothespins.
Yeah, use your bow maker. If you have one, so much easier because you just slide them in.
Yep.
Rather than taking a clothespin and, you know, pinning it, then unpinning it. This way you can just drop them right on the inside.
Oh, that's awesome. Robin said I got my new bow dabber this week.
Yay!
Hopefully you put it to good use. I know Kathy has.
I know I have. I
Several
really
times
have.
over.
Most of the time, just because to pull out the Pro Bow and set everything up, it's so much easier for me if I'm doing this just by myself to just, you know, pull this out, cut what I need to cut, and make what I need to make.
Yep.
Much, much easier. Okay. They're all sticking together.
Hi, gals, just joining.
So, we'll try to get this going pretty quick. What questions do you guys have? If you haven't joined my email list, you might want to do that. I sent out a new product announcement that just launched today in my Etsy shop. It's not a wreath. It's not a spring decor. It's something that people have been asking for. And so far I've stocked it with 3. And I'll tell you towards the end what they are. So people who are on the email list, go check, because I notified you first. And if you want to get on my email list, you just go to Kats Creations, like this, add the letter N as in Nancy, the word more.com. And then that'll take you to my webpage.
KatsCreationsNMore.
And more. Because we're limited on characters in the Etsy world.
Alita says, I use my Bodabra to hold my phone while I watch your video tutorials.
Bodabra? How do you do that?
She probably just props it up against
Prop it to the side, maybe?
Yeah. And then Melody says, have to watch the keep rate or the replay. No problem. You gals aren't late.
No.
It's a Friday, so we understand everybody's getting home from work.
Yep.
And then Tara said, just ordered my Bodabra and wood burning tool today. Awesome.
Oh, very nice. You're going to love the wood burning tool. Trust me, once you start wood burning your deco mesh, you don't want to go and use anything else. Matter of fact, it's been a long time since I started using the burlap, and then I started noticing all the fraying that comes with that, because there's no way to kind of mesh it all together. So we're back to frays, and I was like, that's right. This is what we're used to looking at. So there's a bit of cleanup.
Kathy says, I know what it is, what you were talking about.
Oh, she does?
Yeah, and then Brenda said, I got your email today.
I know, and then Lenore was so nice because I'm just now starting to figure out, I think it's called, what is it called? MailChimp?
MailChimp, yeah.
MailChimp. So, because I went back through the guy that set up my website, and I'm like, hey, do you do email campaigns? Could you do weekly emails for me? And his price for sending out 4 emails, it was just like through the roof. I was like, no, I'll figure out how to do this. So she was nice enough to let me know that the link that I had included where it says find out more went nowhere. So if you guys have gotten 2 emails from me.
Who was that, Lenore?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you got 2 emails from me, the second one has the workable link. So I'm still figuring stuff out.
Bonnie asked, what size is the sign?
I want to say it's a 12-inch sign. And believe it or not, it will fit in this wreath. I am that confident because I've done it before.
Several times.
Several times. Yeah, we've done the strawberry one, the watermelon one, the peach one. Didn't do the blueberry one. Didn't even do the pumpkin one in fall. We'll be doing pumpkin, apple, and squash this year. So, something fun for fall.
Barbara said, or Barbara Rosecrans said she didn't get an email.
She didn't get an email?
Yeah.
You should have gotten an email.
Barbara Rosecrans, so.
Yeah. Check your spam or other folder and make sure it didn't just pop in there by mistake.
If you still didn't, then let us know. Let her know.
Yeah, or just message me and give me your information.
Hey, Mick Wynn is on. She said, he said, so glad to be able to watch again. Missed watching.
Who?
Mick Wynn.
Who's
Isn't
that?
that Marty?
No.
Mick Wynn.
No.
Please. And then Brenda's on. Hi, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
And then Brenda Luce said, hi, first time watching. Welcome, Brenda.
Where are you watching from?
Yeah, there's 3 Brendas on.
Well, I know Brenda Bracken.
Brenda Morris, Brenda Bracken, and Brenda Luce.
And the last one was the new one, right?
Brenda Luce is the new one.
Yeah, just let us know where you're coming from. We try to get you guys paired up in communities, or while you guys are on lives, a lot of times you'll just kind of create your own little sidebar conversations and you're off.
And there's a Brenda Rakestraw, so there's 4 Brendas on right now.
And there might be more before the end. You just never know. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but have you noticed?
That would be a B and B and B and B.
BB or B to the 4th power.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed that there's a shortage on Deco mesh? Like pink, like bubblegum pink? Good luck trying to find it. It is not available anywhere. Like anywhere. I emphasize, I was searching high and low today, pulling out all my secret tips and tricks to try to help Brenda find pink deco mesh.
Brenda Luce is from Pennsylvania.
Ooh, I think Barbara. Is it Barbara? I think Barbara's from, I don't know, I think she's from New York. We have a new person who's from Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Can't remember who.
And then Claire said, hi, Kat, first time watching from Arizona. Welcome, Claire.
Whereabouts in Arizona? We've thought about moving to Arizona. Brett, baby?
Yep.
Flagstaff, Arizona.
Brenda Watkins is on also.
So that's 5.
Wow.
5! 5 at 5. See?
Yep.
So we're just going to keep adding this. And what this is also going to do is it's going to help create a really good base for our sign to sit on too, so it doesn't fall into the depths of the openness in the middle. So these will all kind of fill in nicely.
Brenda Morris actually said AC Moore in Altoona, Pennsylvania has it.
But AC Moore won't sell to people like me in California.
I know.
I don't know why. It's like they'll sell online to everybody in their city, but...
Debbie said she got some at Joann's.
Oh, okay. Well, that's true. Joanne and Michaels will carry it. Just Michaels will be 12-inch, and it'll be really thin. But yeah, Brenda, you could have used Michaels. It would have worked. Because you're just using it on top.
Barbara asked on the private group, do we get a notice when we have to pay again?
Nope. You're automatically signed up on automatic payments, so unless your credit card number gets compromised or you get a new card that comes in the mail because your other one expired, I usually find out before, well, you should usually find out before I will.
Yeah.
But I'll just try to reach out to you if that happens and say, because what happens is PayPal will try to process the payment, and if it won't go through, they'll send me a notice saying, payment skipped, we'll try in another 5 days. So they try to give you ample opportunity to go in and update. But nope, you're all good.
And Claire is from Bullhead City.
Oh, we know where that's at.
Oh yeah.
Not too far. Not too far from the California border, right?
Nope. Bullhead, yeah, we're about 3.5 hours.
From Bullhead?
Yep.
Seriously?
Yep.
I thought it was farther than that.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Bullhead's just on the other side of Laughlin.
I know, but Laughlin's like...
3.5 hours.
Okay, but then you gotta go... I don't know. Anyhow.
Just a different way to drive.
Just is a different way to drive.
Yeah. Kathleen said, I missed it. How big are you cutting your curls?
These are 10-inch. So 10-inch deco mesh cut to 10-inch pieces.
And the base is a 10-inch deco mesh cut to 15-inch.
10.5-inch deco mesh cut to 15-inch.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. The beige and the naturals, it says 10.5. But you can still use it. I don't worry about the extra. I have an extra piece. I grabbed the wrong one. Oh well.
A couple of the gals saying they're from Arizona. One's from Cindy is from Sun City.
Do we know what that's at?
And then Brenda said she ordered on Etsy, so she found somebody with it.
Yeah, I saw. Hey, here's the thing. I was thinking about this after, Brenda, you had ordered your stuff from Etsy. Jane, at Jane's Front Door Decor. Jane is selling deco mesh and ribbon now. And sure enough, I went and looked on her website. She has pink deco mesh. So there's another option you have. So it just reminds me, I'm going to have to build a list. Resource list. When you're out of supplies, check here. So
Brenda Morris said, did you do a wreath with the lemonade sign yet?
yes, I did. I did that last year, and it just sold.
Yeah, about a month or two ago. Yeah.
Yeah, at the beginning of this year. Someone bought it for spring. So I did do that one, but I think I'll have to look. I might have that sign still. Okay, I have one more. Right.
Shirley said, I've been making wreaths for a woman, and then as therapy and educational chickens. Met her at the library when she brought one up for the children to read to. My twin granddaughters loved it, and then it turns out she's a retired midwife and delivered some of her older granddaughters.
Wow.
So have fun making them. Yeah.
So you can make our chicken wreath.
Brenda, let Kat know. She said, I did get a new card. Someone stole her number and charged $250 on Walgreens.
Wow. So all you have to do is just go into your PayPal profile. So just, if you need to, just go back into, you should be able to just go to PayPal and then just update your card. But if you need the link again, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
And I think I've got them all. So let me show you what it looks like right now. So there is our full, all this is ruffle base and then curls on top of ruffles. Just 2 curls in each pipe cleaner. So it makes for a pretty thick wreath. I mean, really thick wreath right now. So what do you guys think so far? They're like, it's good.
Yeah, give it lots of likes and loves.
So I'm just pulling all my...
Cindy Pope said she's enjoying the private group.
Oh, that's really
awesome,
nice.
Cindy. Oh, Brenda said she already updated it.
Okay, so you're good.
Yep.
You are good. I usually will notify you guys if there's an issue.
Ron said love the color so far, and they're all thumbs upping it.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, there's not much of a hole in the middle. I mean, there's still a little bit, but now we're gonna go ahead and add our sign, because I'm gonna add the sign. What I'd like to do is something similar to the Mother's Day wreath, except our sign is a bit big, so I don't know how well it'll work. I'd like to put a bow here and a bow down here. So it's kind of
Kind of cut out of the freeway.
yeah, kind of like this. So there's one here and there's one here. So it'll work. I just want to make sure that I'm not blocking the words at all. Here's fine, but here might pose a challenge. So we will try. So the sign comes with holes already pre-drilled in the top and bottom. So I'm going to just use the existing holes.
Mason Thomas said looks great.
Greg,
Looks amazing.
what are you doing?
Hey, Greg.
I need to get together with you in San Diego. We need to go have dinner and talk.
Lenore asked, do you do a live on the Americana wreath that is hanging on the door behind you?
Yes, I do. I will be. As a matter of fact, I just pulled out all my Americana, my patriotic bin today, and that's just the bin of my stuff.
So you didn't do a live on that one, but you are going to be doing a live on an Americana one
Something similar.
next week?
It's not next week, because next week, Friday, I think is wedding. We're going to do a wedding one, and then I think the week after that, it'll either be beach or patriotic. So it's upcoming. So I've attached my pipe cleaners to the back, top and bottom. If you want, you can add additional holes to the side. Just take your metal hole punch pliers and pop holes in the side, but you really don't need it. You would if your sign was more rectangular and you were securing top and bottom. What it does is it becomes like a diner sign and does this. So in that case, you would go side to side instead of up and down. So this is fine for what we're doing.
Greg said yes, agreed.
Okay, just let me know. You're not that far away.
Cindy, that's awesome. She says, I donate many of mine to several charities for silent auctions at their events. And then she takes the tax deductions for that.
That's really good.
That's cool. Yeah.
And what it does is it allows you to get your name out into your community.
Yep.
I've done that before. I've done one for animal shelters. We've done dog paw print ones. I'm just working my ribbon through the back. So I actually had it through 3 and not 2. So I'm just going to lightly secure it, come around the bottom, and I'm just going to kind of look and see what's hiding, what's underneath. I like to pull the curls out that are kind of stuck underneath and move them to the outside so that they become a frame for the sign and kind of soften that big round sign.
Stana said just a little bit ago that have you tried Craft Outlet on Facebook for bubblegum deco match? They have a huge inventory.
Craft Outlet on Facebook? Craft Outlet in general is completely sold out.
Yeah, that's weird.
So I don't see how they could run something via Facebook and not stock their store. I just think that it's so many people trying to do Easter right now is what the problem is.
Yeah. And Robin, I think you and Cindy are reaching out to each other because Robin asked, doesn't even know how to donate your wreath for a charity like the silent auction. And
yeah, you want to be careful.
Yeah, Cindy already replied to her.
Because you don't want to get people who are just like, oh yeah, I'm doing an auction, you want to donate a wreath, and they're really not.
Yeah, you remember there was kind of that guy who was trying to scam everybody last year.
Yes, there was. There are some unsavory people out there. So just guard your hearts a little bit.
So Barbara asked, can you do curls on top of ruffles and would it look all right? That's what you're doing.
Curls on top of ruffles. That's exactly what we've done. Yeah. So this'll, all I'm doing is just moving my deco mesh around, making sure my curls are out from underneath my sign so that they're framing my sign more than anything.
Brenda said, I want to go have dinner and chit chat with you, Kat.
Okay, let's go. I know, seriously, we should do a road trip. I would love a road trip. If I had an RV like Vi, we'd probably take a lot of road trip vacations.
Yeah, I think
then we can meet people.
I think that'd be a good investment.
Right? Okay, so that's there. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bow. So here's the dilemma. We're limited on space here. So what we don't wanna do is have a bow that is so overpowering that it's blocking our sign, so you can't read what the sign is. Down here, it's not so much of an issue because you can have it cascade off and out. Here it's a little different because you can't really have your tails going up and into outer space. So let's start a bow. We'll start with one, we'll secure it. If we absolutely hate where it's at, then we'll go ahead and just either add it to the top. Can't see anywhere else that it would go.
Shirley, bubblegum mash is just the color. That's all we're talking about.
It's like this color pink.
Yeah.
I call it bubblegum pink because
Kind of like the Pepto-Bismol color.
Yeah.
Bubblegum. Yeah.
Kind of. Okay. So the ribbon that we're going to use is, I want to incorporate, since we have to go small bow, we might just take it down to a couple because otherwise it might go way too big. But I want to incorporate this print. It's country life, so it has a whole bunch of different prints on it. It has a chicken, has a pig, has a cow. It says Simply Blessed. This is super cute. Craft Outlet. Don't know if they still have this stuff in stock. So this was in stock when I purchased it. I don't know if it still is. I want to do this black and white. They call it ticking. It's 1.5 inches. This also came from Craft Outlet. So I'm showing you the colors. This black and tan Harlequin, also Craft Outlet. I want to include the red and white gingham to kind of tie the red back in. And then also the red and white Harlequin. Craft Outlet, well technically all of them are Craft Outlet. So all of them are 1.5 inches except the bottom one, which is 2.5 inches.
Gail said me first. You have to come visit her first.
I know.
And
That is
then
so true.
while you're starting that,
I'm just measuring my tails.
yeah, Kathleen asked just a minute ago, can you give info on your private group?
Private group is $17 a month, and what you get is, I've changed it and I keep constantly evolving it because I changed my private group to meet the needs of the members. So we were doing private tutorials every Sunday at 5, and so what I've kind of slowly have been migrating to is we're doing more advanced tutorials or fun stuff on Sundays, and then I've been doing the business classes either Wednesday or Thursday afternoon at 3. So like this Thursday we just did how to run a sale, how to create coupons in Etsy. So you get business classes, you get tutorials, you get discounts through Jane's Front Door Decor, affordable wreath signs, personally yours on Etsy, perpetual ribbons, which is on Etsy, and there's a couple other ones. You get materials list for everything that we're doing. So like today, you could just sit back and watch the tutorial and not have to take notes basically, because the private group members get all the notes. They get what I do right here, which is write everything down and then put it in a file for you to upload. So you can print it out and you have the instructions to make this. Plus community support.
And then Barbara re-asked, she said, sorry, I meant ruffles on top of curls. No, not really.
Yeah, I wouldn't do ruffles on top of curls because it kind of self-defeats the point. Because the curls would just, it's kind of like putting something flat on here and you're just going to flatten all your curls. So for those of you that want to know, the tail lengths, 7 inches, the bow loops, I'm going to bring this into about 4.5 on both sides. So 7-inch tail. Puts me right here.
Oh, thank you, Cindy. Cindy Pope said private group money is well spent for sure.
Thank you. So if you want
Good
to
money
sign
well
up,
spent. Yep.
go to the website, KatsCreations, the letter NMore.com. Scroll all the way to the bottom, and then you'll see all the information about the private group. Everything that I probably didn't include is on the website, because I forget. 3
basic questions, right?
Then a link for you to sign up, and then you go to the private group Facebook page, and then you'll request to join. And there's 3 questions you fill out, which is what was the email address you signed up, so I can match you. Because a lot of times the names don't match the PayPals, so it's kind of hard to find you. So now we're doing the Harlequin. So using the bow dabber is really simple. It's just a twist. So you'll lay this in print side facing up, and then you'll twist when you get ready to do your loops. And I just move it. I'm constantly moving it to do my loops to the left, and no, I'm not left-handed. That's just how I prefer to make my loops. It's just easier.
I love it too during both our public group and our private groups when a lot of the gals say, hey, I'm here, and then they find out that they're close enough that they can vendor request each other and they can actually go meet each other. And
yes, there's been so many people who have gotten together and they're great friends now.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it was designed to do, create communities within communities. Communities within this community, I guess.
Yeah, see Diana, Kathy, and Shirley saying, wow, there's someone really close. Yay, another local.
Let's see. New people for you to get together.
That's what's great about the group.
And some people will get together and they'll do wreath shows together, or they'll do a wreath class together.
Yeah.
So there's all different kinds of benefits to the group. So I'm going to break this up with the ticking, and I'm going to add the Harlequin last.
Well, that's awesome, Melissa. She said I'm going to sign up tonight after this live.
Awesome. Okay, so let me show you how to do a dovetail, because not everybody knows, and some people have just been doing it for so long, we just automatically assume that everybody knows, but sometimes there's first-time people. So you take your wired edge ribbon. I always use them because customers will take their wreaths down for the season, they'll put them back in the box they're shipped in, and when you have wired ribbon, it's really easy for you to come back in, just put your fingers in the loops, and then just refluff your loops again. So that's why we use wired. So to do the dovetail cut, wired edges together, so you just fold it, and then you're going to cut from your folded point, right where it's folded, all the way to the end of your ribbon point. So just like this. It just makes it so much easier rather than cutting in and trying to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, Peggy just joined in. She's late. No problem, Peggy. No, it's 10-inch curls, cut to 10 inches. The beige and the maroon over ruffle design, and it's 10.5 inch beige and cream cut to 15 inches on the bottom that's ruffled.
So upset, he must see a cat outside.
Yeah.
So that's what you are hearing in the distance.
And then Gail and Brenda both said it's a definitely drama free. And Kathy, or Kathleen asked, if you don't mind me asking, how many are in the private? I want to find a smaller group. Some are way too large. Also, can you post the link to join?
The link to join, Steve can do it. He'll post the website for you, and then you just go to the website, scroll all the way to the bottom, and you can see it says join Kats Creations private group. And so there's a document, and then in the document is a link to sign up, and then there's the Facebook. You'll come back in and post to join. So in the private group, little under 200, I think. So it stays relatively small because people don't always log in during, people work during the day, people have things that they do in the course of their day, so.
For the most part, yeah, traffic on the private group, because people are working, everybody else.
Yep.
It's usually between 50 to 100. It fluctuates. It varies.
And I think you get out of it what you put into it. So if you're a very interactive member and you ask a lot of questions and you participate, then it's really going to benefit you. If you're kind of the shy and quiet, just more, that's what I was. I was the silent observer. I didn't interact with anyone until I finally learned you're only going to get out of it what you put into it. So if you want something, you got to go get it.
So Angie asked, could you walk through the bow making? I bought a bow jabber and I'm having trouble using it.
Oh, okay. Let me, I'll walk you through the last little piece that I'm going to add. So if this functions, we'll make another one and I'll walk you through. But the process is the same every single step. Using the bow jabber, it's just a twist. So you always start with your fabric right side up. So this is my tail, and you just twist and you put it in. And then you can kind of play with it. Is that the length that you want for your tail? And then you will loop it around, because when you do the twist, now you have wrong side fabric facing you. So that's to create your loop. So again, you twist and put it back inside. And see, I know where my loops are because they're right here. So it's the same process. Wrong side fabric up.
I'll pull this off just a bit so she
twist,
can see over there.
And I'll just measure it, the one I have over here. And then I'll just do my tail off to the edge. So I was trying not to make tails too long on the upper bow, so that hopefully they'll just fan out away from the sign. And I always do dovetail cuts on the ribbons because it makes it look nicer. You'll grab a pipe cleaner because they're easier to work with than floral wire. For those of us that are older and have issues with our hands, you're going to gather up all your layers just like so. And what I do is I kind of hold it together like this as a V. And what it does is it allows me to take my pipe cleaner and go right through, and then I can hold all this together, and then you'll twist and tighten your pipe cleaner around all those layers of ribbon. So it keeps it like a nice sandwich stack, which is exactly what you get on the Pro Bow, except it's looking like this, and then these are all your fingers going around the loops. It kind of fans out like so. So we will try.
Melissa asked, is there anyone else from Arkansas or around there? So any gals who are near Arkansas, let Melissa know. And then Brenda said, amazing, the best group ever. Sierra Nicole Smith, we remember you. It's been a while since you've been on.
What?
Yeah, Sierra Nicole Smith. That's actually her name.
Is it really?
Yeah, I remember that from last year. She said, happy to be back. I live in a farmhouse.
Oh
so
my
this
God.
wreath would be perfect.
Okay, you have to understand the story was Sierra Nicole Smith, not the person, the name. When Steve and I were getting ready to have a child, the name that we had considered at the time was Sierra Nicole Smith.
Yep.
But then we decided we were going to let Caitlin name Kaylee, and Caitlin picked Kaylee based off of the movie The Black Cauldron. So that's where Kaylee's name came from, The Black Cauldron. And we opted not to go with Sierra.
And then the name Kaylee blew up like crazy.
Yeah, right after that, just like Caitlin. At the time when I named my kids, Caitlin was not that popular. So I'm trying really hard to look at how can I fluff my bow without impacting my sign. So I'm starting from the bottom, and I'm pulling tails opposite the loops. So I'm going to yank you over here.
Shirley, the other color with the tan curls is a burgundy.
I'm looking.
It's a very pretty burgundy too.
The which one?
The burgundy.
This?
Yeah,
The
curl.
Deco mesh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start
Maroon or burgundy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna separate this and see where it all goes.
Oh, Peggy, hope everything's okay. They said she's still waiting for Charles to get a hospital room.
See, what's up with that? I was just gonna ask Peggy about that. How is Charles and how are things going? Because I know she was with her husband today at the hospital. Okay. Going opposite. I'm trying really hard to work with the sign. And it's the big bow one that's being the challenge. So I might just keep playing with it until it goes where I need it to go.
Marcy or Marcel said, are you still going to make packages of wreaths to send out depending upon seasons? So wreath kits?
Wreath kits? Are you on the email list? So,
Need to get on the email list.
the answer to that question is yes, they're already available. So there's the spoiler before going any further. Yes, there are wreath kits available right now. So you just have to go over to my store and find them. I think right now I just have patriotic ones because, like all of you, we're struggling to come up with I'm trying to pull this. I want this one. I really want it off of the sign. So I'm just kind of playing with options. So let me look at it my way to see where it's going to come.
Tara asked, would a red work with the sign instead of the maroon or the burgundy?
Oh, yeah, you could.
Red would probably work.
Yeah, you could definitely do that.
The maroon just gives it, I think, more of a rustic look.
Yeah. Okay, let me trim this down just a touch. This is where you can look at your designs and decide, do I want my tails to be a little lower so they're not really impeding my sign very much. Let me look. I might want to move my bottom one. Let me move this over. So I'm going to pull this over here, and I'm going to pull this over here and have the tail. I'm switching sides, so I'm not hiding my sign too much.
I don't know, gals, any other gals out there from New Hampshire area? Barbara said would love to meet up with other gals in the area to make wreaths with.
New Hampshire.
Anybody from New Hampshire area?
I know, well,
Boston area included, right?
yeah. Okay. So this one's, like I said, this side is posing a little bit more of a challenge just because I'm trying not to impede the sign. So that's all I'm working with here. If I was adding this to the bottom, I wouldn't be impeding my sign too much. So.
Peggy said he's on his third different kind of IV antibiotic. Wow.
What? Okay. So what do you guys
Praying
think?
for you.
Can you see this?
Yeah. Let me zoom out a bit. Yep.
Okay. So we'll add another bow to the bottom, and then we'll come back in and do some embellishing. So I have it framed to where if you position it just right, you can frame the F with the bow, but down here at the bottom, I won't have any issues. So we already know what it's going to look like. So here's your bow.
Marcy
So-
love the bow.
Dovetail cut, always dovetail. So if you get into the habit and you never deviate from it, it'll be just perfect. So
Brenda said leave the bow and then add a hanging bow on the other one.
I know, right? Okay, so this one needs to go a little longer. She's like me, I like hanging bows. So let's go
The
12
tails.
inches. Yeah, which means that because it's going to be hanging off, we can have those bows to cascade a little longer. So I'm doing a 12-inch tail. So twisting. So right side fabric's here, wrong side fabric is facing me. We're going to do our loop. We still have to keep our loop small though, because otherwise it'll cover up the eggs.
And Kat likes turning the bodabra
It's just my
as she
thing.
makes it.
It's just a thing.
She likes keeping the ribbon on the same side and she turns the bodabra.
Because I can
It's a good
maneuver.
tip. It's a good tip.
Some people can do it the other way. It's just what I've done. So there's always a twist. So I'm always measuring my starter bows. So I have 4.5 on both sides. And then remember we have a 12-inch tail. So it's going to come all the way down to the chicken. So we have a longer tail. And then we dovetail cut that.
Terry, no, you don't need special scissors to cut wide ribbon, but if you do have a Dollar Tree around you, go stock up on a couple Betty Crocker.
Betty Crocker scissors, Dollar Tree. I've
What?
had them for a whole year.
$1. So if they
$1.
wear out,
You buy 5 at the time, and then you're good for like the whole next year and a half.
And they last for quite a while.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what I use to cut all my ribbons with. It's what I use to cut the chicken wire that we're going to be putting in our wreath. So I would never use my really good expensive kitchen shears for that. Just not something you want to do.
Marie said you make it look so easy, just so pretty.
I try. Okay, so that, then we're doing the red.
With Brenda Morris, a lot like the other gals, she asked, I hope you do a color coordination class on how to pick colors to go with your sign.
Okay, but see, my color coordination could be way different than what somebody else likes. So color is subjective. So I will show you some good colors, some options. Like on this one, you could have went just red. I like the way the burgundy lights up when it is in the sun, because it creates that deep blood red, and I just like that. Plus it matches the burgundy in my ribbon more than just the plain red. But there's nothing that says you have to use red. You could have used yellow, like a golden brown. There's like a golden, I think they call it metallic golden brown. I'm gonna have to go look at that one.
Deborah said love hanging bows too. And then
Yeah.
Donna just asked, how do you make a hanging bow? So it's not really a hanging bow, it's just the tails
You
that
leave
are
longer tails.
Yep.
Yeah, you can go extraordinarily crazy. And if for whatever reason by the time you finish your bow your tails are not as long as you want, you can go back in and just add in a tail and just wire it into your pipe cleaner if it's not long enough for you. So I'm doing some long,
And
some
Brenda
short.
said give it long tails.
Wow. Okay, I don't want it longer than the 2.5.
And
But
then Peggy says, but we like your color selection process. And then same with Robin. How do you select your colors? Yeah.
I just pick 4. Like on the thing, I'm just looking at the sign.
No more than 4 usually.
I usually don't go any more than 4. So if you look, I have red, white, tan, and black. Yes, I could have played with the yellow in here and incorporated yellow into the wreath. That's one direction you could go. You could play red, yellow, white, red, yellow, white,
You could add
and
some brown in
tan.
there, I guess.
Yeah, you could. You could totally go brown. Now that I'm looking at that, you could. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll find the most small, minute things and just go like right in here with all these colors, and I just go look and see what I have. And then I'll just play to that.
I think the trick is to not put too many colors in a wreath because
That's
then
it.
it just becomes too busy.
Yes. And I don't, like if you're gonna go pastel, go pastel. If you're gonna go bright, go bright. It's, I think when people try to mix bright and pastel all together and do a whole bunch, it just looks super busy. And then your eye's like, where do I look? So we just try to keep it pretty neutral so your eye goes where I'm supposed to go, which is hopefully to the sign. And I think I'm trying to toss them all in there. Brenda's really long tails.
She was replying to Donna too
What?
about how do you make a hanging bow. She just said give it long tails.
Long tails. We usually do those on the lantern swag.
Yeah, I mean you could give the
Lantern swags,
tails.
we give really
You
long
could give
tails.
it 18, 24 inches and just
Oh, yeah.
curl it.
You just don't want it to go crazy and be like 24 inches long.
Yeah, but if you curl it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll show you, like, once you're done, there's different things that you can do to, try to get this one long.
Wendy said, so good to finally catch you live. Love your teaching and the beautiful work you do.
I'm trying to go and like find people that don't know that we're live on Fridays. Because after Christmas, we kind of took a hiatus and took 2 weeks off because it was super slow. And then I think people just were like, did she leave? Did she go away? So now I'll have to remember to tell people, hey, the last 2 weeks of the year, we're off. We want you as wreath makers to take the time off. I'm going to bring this one down a little bit so it's not quite so long. So I've been kind of keeping all my loops, if you look, they're all the same length. And then that way when you go to fan them out, they look nice. Trying to get these two. There we go. And then flip.
Santa said, yeah. She said dizzy, like if you have more than 4 colors, you used to be too dizzy.
It really does.
Yeah.
And you're wasting materials at that stage. You're trying to do everything.
Yep.
You're like, well, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I'm just going to keep adding more and more color. And when you do that, it just becomes too much. Like, imagine if you had a wreath with all these colors all intermixed. Because, well, purple goes with purple, and purple goes with lavender, and lavender goes with blue. But it's like, yeah, but they don't all go together. They don't all complement each other.
They don't all need to go together.
Yeah, there's another thing. So, a little pipe cleaner, and then we'll add this bow and then start adding our ribbon tails and our chicken wire and our eggs. So there's that. We'll fasten this to the bottom. Did I knock something over?
Yeah,
I
all the
knocked
ribbon.
all the ribbon off.
That's okay.
Okay. I'm sorry, babe. That's what happens when you push the wreath to the edge. They all fall to the floor. And all I'm doing is pushing it down to the frame, and you don't want to push so far that it takes your bow and sucks your bow in. Just tight enough so that you can, okay, because this is the falling bow. This is kind of going to go contrary to what we just did. We want all the tails to cascade to the bottom. So the first thing will be to do is move the tails down. And then we can start doing our bows. And then we can move them on opposite sides.
Hey Jean, the curls are 10-inch Deco mesh, the burgundy and the poly burlap beige. They're cut to 10-inch. The curls are cut to 10-inch. And then the base is a ivory and cream poly burlap, ruffle design cut to 15-inch.
So what you'll see me do is I'm just pulling all the tails to the bottom so that they can cascade to the bottom, because we don't really want them up to the top. And then we can just take these and fluff them. There we go.
Valerie said, I love the fact that you are so organized and neat.
I have to laugh because it's what you don't see on camera.
It's still pretty neat. I mean, you're still pretty organized.
It is. I'm trying to be more disciplined in what I'm doing so that it's not such a long, lengthy cleanup, you know, once we finish at the end.
Sandra said, love the ribbon selection. And then Brenda said, even with the terry bow, I will use 3 or 4 colors and then just add the same ribbons back in. Yep.
Exactly. So I'm just moving these all around, fluffing.
Isaiah said, that's so gorgeous. Might be Kaylee.
Oh,
Probably
yeah.
Isaiah.
No, Isaiah's usually pretty good. He'll come on and tell me what he thinks.
Yep. Judy said, love the colors, beautiful. And then Avanel said, good evening. I'm so glad I caught you live.
Thank you for joining
Welcome,
us.
Avanel. I hope I'm saying it right.
You can usually say them better than I can. So we're just doing this, and then this is what you have. So this is your cascading bows, and we'll fix this when we're done, because we can take these and spiral them, we can roll them up, but again, we're working with that sign. We really don't want to impede our sign that much. I think that suffices. So now we're going to go around and add ribbons to the outside of our pipe cleaners. So we're going to actually be alternating the country print ribbon, which is cut to 13 inches. Oh, here's the other one. And the burlap. So as we go around, every other one's going to get either just the country print or the burlap. And the burlap's actually going to go hand in hand with the chicken wire. So 13-inch pieces. You just, again, these are all dovetail cut. And we're just going to lay these in those pipe cleaners on the outside between the bows.
Terry, she only used the wood burner on the maroon or burgundy Deco mesh because that's the plastic. So you can cut through that with a wood burning tool. The others she didn't.
So here's the burlap. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a piece of the chicken wire. And the chicken wire comes in gold. It also comes in silver. Hobby Lobby carries it. And it's thin enough that you can actually cut it with just the dollar,
Betty Crocker.
yeah, the Dollar Tree scissors. So it's up to you. If you want to go gold, you can go gold. I'm staying with silver because I think it goes better with the black and white than the gold does. That's just my preference. But it comes in either or. And I just lay it on top because you can't have chickens without chicken wire.
Right? I don't think any other designer of anything have even used
Some people have tried.
chicken wire like you did last year.
Yeah. We tried to be really imaginative.
Brenda said, do you always add the sign before tails? Sometimes.
This one I am, because I was going to add the bows and I wasn't sure how far out the tails would protrude.
Right.
So I needed to determine that up ahead. So here's this one. And we will add this in here. I'm just adding these right on top of the pipe cleaner with the curls and giving it like 2 twists because I'm going to come back in and I'm either going to be adding half bows to it or I'm going to be adding speckled eggs because we're going to come back in and add eggs to the bottom of the wreath.
Leon said a beautiful farmhouse wreath.
Thanks.
Yeah, I think we all become messy Marvins when crafting, and I've shared photos of my craft room a few times with Kat, and trust me, they were oh my god moments.
They were. But see, I look at it and I go, it's just controlled chaos. I'm like, Gail knows where everything is. I would just be like, I don't know where any stuff is, and she would be like, oh, it's right here. So
Sandra said she actually has the silver chicken wire.
I love using
Brenda
the chicken
said
wire.
the silver is more realistic.
I think so. I don't think people have gold chicken wire.
Yep.
So now when you get down to your bow side, you have an option because you already have so much bow tails. You could keep adding your ribbon tails to it. I have one way underneath. I'm actually not, I don't know. Let me do this. I'm just going to keep going around as habit. And this is why I don't do material lists because I don't know until I start crafting. What are we doing?
Cindy asks, which is a good question, how do you do the ends of the chicken wire so that it will not scratch you?
Oh, I'll show you because I saved one piece to show you what I do. And the rest of it, I had already pre-worked ahead of time so that we can just move forward. So
You do have to kind of play with the ends.
yes, otherwise they're overly scratchy. And that's the last thing you want to do. You don't want to cut the customer, scratch the door, so you can mold those to where they don't pose a threat. So I think I'm going to actually...
There's a waiting until next week to buy my chicken wire when Hobby Lobby has them half off.
That's exactly what you want to do.
Yep. And Deborah, yes, the chicken wire is in with the ribbon at Hobby Lobby.
Yes, not in the seasonal, just where their regular ribbon is.
And then Annette says you explain everything so well. Beautiful wreaths.
Thank you.
Kathy, sorry about that. She says for some reason it won't advance me to where you're at in the video. It keeps taking her to the beginning, so she's gonna have to watch the replay.
See, it was doing that. It was doing that to me the other day too. So I'm gonna sit here and take this and just mold these in. I think I might need a couple more pieces just to connect the bows. I wasn't sure because you're never sure. Okay, how big's the bow gonna be? Is the bow gonna cover any existing ties? Sometimes I won't put tails under the bows. Sometimes I will.
And the tails, the 2.5-inch tails are cut to
13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
And the chicken wire is cut to
it's like 12.5. I don't have it going all the way. So there's 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think I have 1 overlap, 1, and that's it. So I just need 2 of these. Here's how you can cheat and cut both sides of your ribbon at the same time. You just match them up, match your wire edges together, and cut from the fold
Fold it in half.
to the middle, and it's done. And then people don't have to wait. You can just go move forward. So we'll just keep fanning those out. So I need 1 more piece of the country print and just 1 piece of overlap. Okay.
Diana said that would really go really great in my kitchen, but I have no wall space left. So pretty, Kat.
Let's see, I had one, for the longest time it was over my kitchen window, and 1 on my pantry door.
I didn't want to give one of them up.
He really didn't, but I was like, we can make more. Okay, so this is how my chicken wire comes cut, and I know it's really difficult for you to see, but when you cut it, you want to cut it in between the loops so that you have like straight pieces, because if you cut it right to where it kind of
Points.
yeah, they'll come undone. So what you want to do, there goes the egg, is you want to grab your ends and you just twist them to make sure they don't come undone. So I just take needle nose pliers and give them a couple good twists, and do the same for the next set. So we're going to twist and actually twist the second one to the first one so that they're kind of going to the side. You want to make sure too that you don't untwist them. I did that before. They were twisted back and I was like, well, thank God I have the needle nose pliers on them, because they're not going to untwist. They'll stay together.
Oh, that's nice, Kathleen. She said, I love your wreaths. They always look neat. Some lives I watch, they just look messy to me.
Well, I'm hoping this looks neat.
Hey Sharon, she said, I've been sick and sleeping, feel better. We'll watch the replay. I hope you're feeling better.
So now, once we do that, you want to take your ends and you want to fold them flat. So I have pieces that are straight up and down. So I'm going to fold one in and then fold the other end in. So they kind of almost form like a little rounded U, but at least they're not going to come undone and they're not going to cut the customer.
Right.
So they don't have to be perfectly flat on the ends.
And you can even bend it to make it squared off instead of a round.
Well, because I attach them together.
Yeah.
Because they always like to come undone. So our goal is to get rid of all that wire.
Goal is to get rid of all the sharp edges.
Yeah, you're trying to. So take these two.
Brenda said, Kathleen, when I refer to you now, do I say KatsCreationsNMore or KatsCreation777?
That's a good one. My daughter asked me that the other day. She's like, are you promoting your website more, or are you promoting your shop? I'm like, well, there's still people who are going to just remember me as Kats Creations without the N more and without the 777 added. So, whatever you feel comfortable with. It's going to eventually go to KatsCreationsNMore, because I've been told by so many that KatsCreations777 is a username and not a business name. But it's worked for a while. So now we will attach the last one. And this is going to go over here. And the chicken wire is nice because it helps give your your burlap ribbon some structure, because you can mold your burlap ribbon right underneath your chicken wire. And then last piece, because this is my last one.
And you just want enough of the chicken wire so it's sticking out and you can kind of see it as an accent.
Yeah. So this is the last one, and then we'll go in and add our eggs where we want to add eggs, and wherever we don't add eggs, we will add half bows. So I've got that one done. And this is there. So when I do it, this is what it looks like. So you have these tails that kind of fan out. Can you see, babe?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me look at eggs. What I generally try to do is put the eggs kind of in the pipe cleaners that go closer to the middle. Like here, here. Let me find these. There is one right here. There should be another one. It's under the sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So I usually add the chicken wire to, or the chicken eggs to the chicken wire. So what I do is take your pipe cleaners and twist them about 5 times, then cut off the excess and tuck that back behind your burlap so that it looks like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm going to do this one while you're looking at that. I try to position the eggs where
you bought wire like that at Joann's?
The chicken wire?
At Joann, yeah.
Ooh. So that's pretty approximate to where you would see the eggs. So there's one right here too. Okay. It just reminds me I've got to take care of those. So the eggs, they come in different sizes. I try to mix and match. I have ones that are, these are pretty yellow, so big and small. There's some that are more white.
No green.
No green. Yeah, see, there's more white ones. Because this is more rustic, I'm gonna go with the more natural, the tan, because that's also what's on the sign. The sign has tan eggs. Gorilla Glue, generous amounts to the bottom, because that's where they're gonna go and stick in the wreath, just like so. And I'm actually going to stick and hold these. These are going right on top of the chicken wire and the burlap and the Deco mesh. So Gorilla Glue will, I have not had any issues with Gorilla Glue, with things falling off, things coming loose. So I'm kind of intermixing. I have some, I'll show you.
You do like every other one?
Now I'm doing them on just the chicken wire ones. So just like that. And I only have 4. Yes. And thankfully they're where you can actually see them. So I will do big and then little.
Trisha said, love those eggs.
And you know what's crazy is I actually have chicken feathers. I could have thrown chicken feathers in here too.
Good.
Somebody had wanted one as a custom order and they wanted long chicken feathers in it. So on Amazon you can find virtually anything.
Yes.
So we found a big bag of chicken feathers and
Added them in there.
we added them in.
Trisha said Gorilla Hot Glue is the bomb.
It is. It truly is. Okay, those are done. So now the ones where we didn't add Gorilla Glue, where we just have the print, we're going to come in and add 1.5 inch ribbon. These are cut to 15-inch pieces. You will take about 2 inches, you fold it in half, take about 2 inches from the top, and you're going to lay these inside the ribbon tails.
Those
Give
are the
it
ones
your
with beige and the black, the farmhouse ribbon.
Yes, and I'm just mixing up the colors. Twist them 5 times, and then you're just going to do your, they'll call them half bows, because they don't have 2 loops, they only have
Like an
one.
awareness bow, yeah.
So it looks like this. So I'll go back in and take the Harlequin, add this right here. So I'm just filling those empty spaces. You could, if you wanted to, go all the way around and add eggs, but you don't need to.
Yeah, you don't need to, right?
Yeah.
Just little accents here and there to really make it pop.
Just to tie in your bow and your ribbon colors.
Especially to the sign.
Mm-hmm. Then we're going to take the red.
Diana said, wow. Deborah said, I want this wreath.
It is available right now. You can go online and pick this up. It is already listed. It doesn't have any pictures. It just has Facebook Live and the sneak peek preview of the materials.
Kath, I can answer that for you. Just go get some wax paper or some parchment paper, and you can run your glue gun of your old glue all the way out. And then if you want to start fresh, then you can add a new Gorilla Glue stick in there, push it through,
get rid of the other.
and then you can start out that way. Or if you have the your silicone mat, you could just glue it right out on the mat.
Yep.
And it'll dry really quick.
And the ticking. And then it's all just a matter of preference, whatever you like. When you intermix this many colors, you're really not carving into a whole roll of ribbon too much. I mean, the farm print, yeah, because I used it quite heavily, but not really.
So are you going to put this wreath on your KatsCreationsNMore or on Etsy too? You going to put them on both? Or?
It's on Etsy right now.
It's on Etsy right now.
Yeah. I don't have it. I don't have it on the website yet.
Stana, this wreath will probably be right about 24 inches.
26.
26 inches, okay.
Yeah, with the bows and the bow tails.
Yeah.
And when you lay your Deco mesh down in a ruffle like that, it adds an awful lot to the sides, where it's more flat. So this is there. Okay.
So you said love that red gingham half bow.
I know, I like the Harlequin, and I like the ticking. It's really pretty.
Sue said, just tuned in, and Kat, watch your talent just amazes me. We'll watch the replay.
Oh.
And we'll try to get this on YouTube right after this, right after we post this.
We went crazy today. We did double bows. Because I was like, normally, I think when I did this last year, I didn't do any bow. I just did the half bows and the ribbon tails and the eggs.
Yep.
And that's all we did.
Rhonda said, love it. Arlene said, you're so very talented.
Oh, thank you. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking and thinking, because I have some of these left.
Thank you gals for taking the time and watching us with us on Friday.
Yes.
There's so many things you gals could be doing, but we appreciate it.
Exactly. So I'm looking at, do I want to incorporate these around the outside? Because I have a couple pieces. To get rid of the, it needed something to fill in the pipe cleaners around the sign. So I'm just doing half bows to edge the sign. round those out as well, because it won't really impede this line. I don't know why I didn't cut this one off. Because when I'm doing them by myself, I wait until the very, very end. And if I need to make any last minute changes, I can pull those out before they become permanent.
Oh, thank you.
What's
Chris,
that?
it's so pretty. Sam said, love watching you. Debbie said, this is the highlight of my Friday.
Aww.
That's awesome. Hey, Lindy.
I miss you, Lindy.
Good to see you on. And then Brenda said, thank you. That's how you sell on your Etsy as you're making it. She's been wondering. Like you just post your pictures and you post it. Yeah.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of people, I hate, you know, they're like, oh my God, I gotta go online. When are you gonna hurry up and post it? And it's like, oh, I'll just post it. And just be done. Because after this, we take pictures. We have to clean up, put all the stuff away.
And then we go have dinner.
And then we go have dinner. The dinner today is here.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Mindy said, hey.
Last one. Right?
Say hi to Kevin for me.
The gingham. 36 to 21.
Kat said, on that beautiful ribbon. Love it.
I know, right? Super cute. Has to have lots of ribbon. But not so much to cover the deco mesh, because you still want to be able to see that. Otherwise, what's the point?
Hey Cynthia, we're doing good. Hope you're doing good.
So we're going to do this one right up here. There's that.
Kat said, where did you get your apron?
Steve's
cousin.
Thank you, babe. Steve's cousin does it. So she's on Etsy.
If you want to private message us and we'll tell you where to go.
Yeah.
Pick them up.
She's
They're
on
really good
Etsy.
aprons. Yeah.
I know, because I was all bummed because the gales that she made me were too small. And let me look. Gingham.
I said, stunning as always. Love your work.
I have one more to do. I found the other one that was peeking out. It's just underneath these ones. So I was like, where do I want to go? I mean, I only have 4. And the 5th one's under the bow. So
Kat's been making wreaths for years and years and years for the family at Halloween and Christmas and all the seasons, but she really just decided to do it and go on lives about a year and a half ago now.
yeah, it's
September?
been a year and a half.
Yeah, about a year and a
September
half.
of 2017.
Yeah.
We took it from me just doing it to, I wonder if I can make money doing this. Because people would say, you should just do this. You should go into party and event planning. I was like, I don't really want to go through the hassle of that. And who wants to clean up? That's my whole thing. I don't like the cleanup. So, okay. I think we're done. So, we are finished. Let me...
Trisha asked if you saw her cotton pickin' blessed wreath she made and posted on Wednesday.
I want to say I did. God, I've looked at so many different wreaths because it's like every morning, this is my morning task. I wake up and I see what everyone's posted, what everyone did the night before, because we're 3 hours on the West Coast, which doesn't give me an awful lot of time to see what everyone's done.
We'll go back, Trisha, and look at it. We'll definitely take a look at it.
The way I know is if I look at your post and I see that I've liked or loved it and then I've commented on it. I was like, oh, I did. Okay. Trying to... I broke my door, so I'm having to use a very small command strip to get it all in there. So, let us...
Looks like the sign needs to be pushed up a bit.
What do you mean up?
Like it's coming out a little bit further on the bottom. Yeah,
I think it's just the way the door is,
It
because
could
I
be.
have it pushed back for the
Yeah,
command strip to catch it, so it's fine. So, there we go. What do you guys think? Oh, here's the bow. So with the cascading bows, the more you run your hands through your bows, it will start to automatically curl, just like so. And you can either have them roll up, like so. You can have them twist, like so. And have them kind of do this. So now, because I did that, I have to do it on this one. This one, we want to make sure is turned around so we can actually see it.
He was saying gorgeous. Sam said I absolutely love this one. It's beautiful. Brenda asked, where's it at? Do you think Deco wreaths are still selling well?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, Deco mesh it's not going anywhere. I mean, look at what's happening in the supply chain. The fact that we can't find basic pink, basic yellow, orange, like a lot of our colors. Even I looked at my supply stash today, it didn't even have basic red. I have all this burgundy because it's for the militaries. So yeah, I know what you're saying. And it is because I pushed it to attach it to the door. I had to really push it in. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Brenda said that's what everybody told me. She said she sold somebody. She's running around with 12 of them.
Deco meshers?
I mean, we have how many? 30, 40?
80?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot. So, hang in there, Brenda. They'll go when they need to go. I pulled my numbers from last year and looked at what was I selling in March and April. Believe it or not, I think I sold 1 or 2 Easter. I think I sold 1 Mother's Day. Everything else, patriotic, farmhouse, beach, summer. That was it. I was actually shocked. I sold all my Easter in January, which is crazy. So I think we're winding down on what people want. So everyday stuff like farmhouse, home sweet home, the welcomes, those are the things I think you really need to start working towards.
Sierra Smith said, I make wreaths as a creative outlet, but your wreaths are next level, always so beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
All the gals are saying beautiful, love it, you're amazing.
Thanks.
She watches you put a wreath together an hour and it takes her days.
It doesn't take days. If we were working in the same kitchen together, we would blow them out. It would probably take us about 3 hours because we'd be just sitting around and chit-chatting and cutting material. That's the one thing you don't see is we cut all the material and cut all the ribbons so that you're not having to watch us do that. But someone did ask if I can show them how we cut natural fiber Deco mesh versus wood burning it. So I think I will do a mini one sometime next week and show you how to prep your materials. So it makes it so much easier when you have everything all laid out and you can put it all together. Anything else?
A lot of the gals are just saying love, love, love it. Adele put love it in 4 chickens. Lindy said I just sold one. Lindy said she just sold one of her candy canes from Christmas.
See?
It happens. That's why you have to keep your stuff up.
Exactly. I looked last year and I think at the end of March I sold the angel tree topper. So I was like, that's the reason why you just leave stuff up all the time.
Yep.
It will go. You just gotta be very proactive in how you market it. Use your social media like crazy, mix up. If you have, a picture of it like this and that's the same picture you've been doing, change up the picture. Take this, put it up against your kitchen window, put it on a pantry door, take a couple pictures of it that way. You have to help customers see how this product could be used in their home. It could be on the mantle, if they have a cute little fireplace and it's all farmhouse decor. It would look really cute over a mantle with like baskets of chicken eggs and cows and stuff like that.
The half bows are cut at what, 14?
15.
15 inches.
That was one thing I didn't tell you. Half bows 15, tails 13, deco mesh ruffles 15 inches, curls 10 inches. I think that was it.
And then Trixie ever asked, do you ever go down on your prices? Sometimes you'll run a sale.
I run a sale more than I drop the price because I know how much I already have into it. So what we're trying to do is we're not trying to like price gouge a customer. We're trying to be very reasonable in our wreaths. I'm not pricing my wreaths at $165 because there's not $165 worth of material in there. Is it labor intensive that you can calculate the number of hours during prep and all that stuff? Yeah, but I get more enjoyment out of making them and then sending them to customers' home and then having them send me pictures. That's like the best reward for me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, okay. And then Barbara, thank you. She says, what was your surprise before you go?
Oh, thank you for the surprise. Patriotic wreath kits are now available. I only have 3 of them up there. They are what's called premium kits, which means that you're not just getting like basic ribbon, you're getting like a premium ribbon pack. So you get a 2.5, a 1.5 inch roll, a 10-yard roll, brand new. You get 3 different rolls of deco mesh to kind of match whatever it is that I put the kits together. And the reason I don't do the same kits for everyone is because we don't need competition of having everyone make 100 of these wreaths and go on Etsy and everyone try to sell them. I'd rather do one of these, like one of a cow, one of a pig, and then that's how your kits are done. So no 2 kits are the same. They never are, and they never will be. So they're the designs that I would take and build a wreath around that. Doesn't come with a wreath frame. So it either comes with signs or embellishments. So it'll either come with like the chicken sign, well, it won't be chicken sign, it'll be 4th of July or Independence Day sign, or embellishments, like a giant rustic star or something like that.
Kat said, I'm thinking about painting the door I hang mine on. It's stark white. Kathy, if it's a spare door like we use for our demos,
I do one white.
or front door, yeah, paint one white and paint one like a beige or a gray. Yeah.
Now I have to get a new door. If you notice, the handle now is on this side because I had taken my door out when we had really nice weather and it was rainy, which is perfect. Cloudy weather is the best lighting for pictures, and I had it leaning up against the barbecue. I went inside to post my pictures. When I came back out, the wind had blown the door over, and our plastic chair, garden chair, caught the top of the door. So on the other side, it has a giant crack in it. So
that's okay. It's a hollow door.
Yeah. So it just makes you go, wow.
And then where do they find the kits?
The kits, they're on my Etsy shop. So go to etsy.com/shop/KatsCreationsNMore, and then you'll see it says May Patriotic Crate, and then that's the wreath kit.
Yep.
So there's only 3, and I'm working on putting the summer ones together.
And how are you pricing them out?
I think it's $55 for the kit, and then it's priority shipping, so it's just everything fits in the same box. You get it in 2 days. So that's it. Yep. All right, everyone. Private group meeting on Sunday. Guess what we're making on Sunday? We are making, I know I said it, all through the whole month of March, we're actually making the rose. So the giant rose, it's not a rose bud, it's an actual rose flower, a deco mesh flower. So that's what private group is learning on Sunday. So I'll be teaching you that Sunday. Monday's book club. Next Friday night live, we're doing a wedding. So we'll be doing a wedding wreath. And then I have to look at what we're doing on Sunday's private group. Probably lantern swag for patriotic. All right, no further questions?
Marie asks, is there a farm wreath kit?
You know what's funny is people ask for a farmhouse or every day. I have to look and see, do I have an awful lot of material that I can put something together and make it worthwhile?
It'd be tough.
So I'll be looking at that.
It'd be tough because the sign, I think, right there, they're kind of hard to find still. You can still find them on the wreath shop.
Wreath shop. It's on the
They're
wreath shop right now.
$12, all right?
$6.75.
Oh, wow,
For the
okay,
sign.
so the price has come down.
It used to be $12.50.
Yeah.
That's how much it cost me when I bought them last year. So yeah, they're coming down in price.
Yeah.
And they'll change. So constantly keep looking. They'll have ones that say pumpkins and blueberries and strawberries and lemons and watermelons. So, and I like these ones because they're the heavy duty metal signs. They're not thin.
Mm.
So, any other questions?
Trisha just says, what form for the rose?
What form for the rose? I don't know yet. I'm still debating that. I'm waiting to get a shipment in tomorrow of my red Deco mesh, because then I was like debating what color rose. I would love to do a purple rose because that's just my favorite color flower. But thinking from a marketing perspective, what I want to do is a two-tone red and burgundy rose. So I want the shadows of it to be more of the burgundy, and then the highlighted, you know, the parts that, the tips of your petals will be more red. So
Good.
I think we're going red.
A lot of go. So thank you. Have a great weekend. Libby asked, are you using the UITC board or a 14-inch?
I'm going to be working on that this weekend, so I don't know yet. So that's pretty much it.
Lindy said, your wreath is lovely. Good to see you. Good
Thank
night,
you.
Lindy. Good night,
All right,
everybody.
everyone, have a great weekend. Go do something fun. Make it enjoyable. Go out and relax. And I will talk to private group on Sunday at 5. Have a great weekend, everyone. Bye-bye.